All right, so yeah, you can kind of
just
look
like
at us,
yeah.
look at the camera, but let me move it a little bit over here. We want it a little off center. Okay, so first just start talking about your name and sort of like how you got into volleyball,
Okay.
kind of your volleyball journey.
Okay, yeah. I'm Deahna Kraft, and I got into volleyball because my parents wouldn't let me play soccer, and that was in high school. I really wanted to play soccer, and my parents said, no, there's too many injuries. Actually, that might have been around 8th grade, so I went and played like rec volleyball. I also played volleyball a lot with my parents up on our cabin in Whidbey Island. We'd just play like jungle ball on the sand, and then I played like Pee-wee league. Like it would be equivalent to like T-ball volleyball when I lived in Hawaii, but other than that, they put me into volleyball, and I remember I trained so hard that day. Like I played so long I got the flu because like they wouldn't let me, like I couldn't get off the court. I was having so much fun, and like I like overworked my body. And then ever since then I kind of played and decided that I wanted to go play in college. At that point I was playing indoor. I didn't really have a ton of beach experience, but I went to a recruitment camp at Pepperdine for fun, and I ended up getting recruited there, and they liked what they saw, and I ended up giving up indoor and played at Pepperdine for 4 years, and then actually went back to indoor and played at Wisconsin for a year. I got my master's degree, and then decided I want to go play professionally playing beach volleyball. I was deciding between playing professionally indoor or on the beach, but you can't stay away from California too long.
So talk a little bit about like your aspirations for volleyball, where you're at now and where you're trying to kind of go with it.
Yeah, so this year I'm starting to really develop my international points. I think the past 2 years was really trying to learn like where I fit in the professional world, and I'm starting to feel like I'm getting my feet under me more, and I have started to really pursue my international dreams. And I think again it's like playing with the best of the best on the biggest stages are my goals, and hopefully that like puts me in position to play in like the top tournaments and compete at the highest level everywhere I go. So really that's what it's all about. And I think we get these questions all the time, and everyone's are like the Olympics, like win at Manhattan Beach Open. Of course, that's everyone's goal, and that's mine too. But I really focus on more of like my short-term goals of like continuing to grow every single day and learn, and that will put me in the position to compete at the highest level and compete against the best players. So I really have like a range of goals, but I really focus on learning in the short-term ones because I feel like controlling those are the easiest things to do right now, and they lead to the future success of what I want to do.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about your like training regimen and even recovery.
Yeah.
How is it like training kind of, and how important recovery is into that?
Yeah, so we're training 5 times a week. We get off days on the weekend, and then we'll lift 3 times a week, condition once a week. So it's a lot of physical activity, and then that doesn't even include like I watch video every single day. I watch video on myself. I watch videos on athletes that I think are really good at what they do, that I want to maybe mimic some of their things. And then there's recovery that gets involved too. Added with that. So it really is like a full-time job all day, and recovery becomes really important because in order to succeed on the sand I need to feel fresh every day. So usually recovery involves stretching out, making sure that I stretch before and after my lifts, getting in contrast therapy, ice baths if I can. We have massages we go to. Also like mental health as well, making sure I'm journaling, making sure I'm like doing different breathing exercises and like implementing that when I'm playing too. And then we have like Normatex, and we have a lot of stuff that we try to get involved in, and sleeping and nutrition. There's so many aspects to recovering. It's really a science, and it's a lot of trial and error to see what you need. Like sometimes I need like to just sit on the couch, and I call it like rotting. And I just need to like sit and like be by myself and not do a ton of socializing, because when my social battery is drained, I notice that it affects all areas of my life. So it really is a science that I'm still learning, trying to figure out how to find the best strategies to make me successful on the court.
Yeah, so maybe just a little bit. So maybe talk a little bit about like how you came about Polar Gold products, and you tried them, kind of your experience. Brian and I met, we like kind of DM'd on Instagram, and then I looked into your product, looked at your Instagram page, and
kind of what you guys were all about, and I thought it was really interesting. I've been around CBD for a while, like I've seen a lot of it. I grew up in Washington, so I feel like CBD was a pretty big, it like got introduced early, and it was first like THC, and then people started like taking away the like cannabis out of it, yeah, and then now it started to become like a healing property as well. And so I've always been really interested in it, and like I've used creams before. So when I like saw that your guys' product was was a little bit more advanced, it seemed like how you guys how you guys dry it. It's
well, we don't dry.
Well, you freeze dry, yeah. How you freeze dry it instead of drying it, and then you get the liquid out of it, like the liquid gold almost. It's really interesting, and I thought that you guys do it right. And I think that producing it correctly is so important. So he kind of sent some of the products over, and I tried them out, and I felt like they actually really work. Because some CBD products I've tried, but I haven't really thought that they work that well. So I felt immediate results, and I started with the pills, and I felt like really balanced for what I needed. Like I needed to like relax a little bit, and they just helped me relax and kind of helped me with my recovery, because sometimes my mind gets going, or you have a bad practice or something, and it really allowed me to just kind of reset and stay in the moment, and then kind of focus on the recovery I needed to do in that moment. I also have used the cream. My back was killing me after like a 10-hour flight, and I brought it along on our trip, and I used it, and literally like later that day, all my back pain was gone, which was really great. So I feel like I've used both of the products so far and found good results, and it's been great. And my mom too, she got off a plane in Europe, and she has like foot cramping issues, and I like gave her a foot massage with it, and it worked. So I found a lot of like helpful ways to use it and implement it into my routine. I keep it in my volleyball bag now. I like don't travel without it. This morning I had really bad neck pain, and it was actually making me a little dizzy, because it was like, I think it was affecting the nerves in my neck, and I rubbed it on my neck, and I felt better as well. So I actually feel like this product has really worked, and I think a big part of that, again, it's how you guys produce it and take out the like medicinal properties of hemp, and I think that's really awesome.
Awesome. So who would you like recommend the products for,
Yeah.
And like if anybody's watching this video and like thinking like, should I take these products or not?
I mean, I don't think you need to be a professional athlete to take it, and that's why it's so cool. It's like so multifaceted. You can be a mom, a doctor, a dad, a scientist, really anything. I think if you have aches and pains in your everyday life, that could work for the cream. And if you just have even if you have like little mental health issues, maybe you have some anxiety and you want something that's maybe a little bit medicinal instead of going to a doctor and getting anti-anxiety pills, you can try this, maybe a more natural way to help that as well. So I think anyone can use this product. It really just depends on if you're willing to try something that's maybe a little bit more traditional and a little bit more, from the earth, which I really like. And I think that everyone should start implementing that into their routine and looking into maybe more natural ways to solve our aches and pains or our own issues.
Awesome.